Yo, what's up guys, I'm the Fire King, and today I have our PWC Season 6 Week Number 7 matchup. We're going up against a good buddy of mine, Jacob. He's coach of the S.Spritzees. I'm probably saying that wrong, I apologize. And before I get into the matchup, I just want to give a quick shout out to my good buddies, the OP Jellison and Bill Standish, who do my thumbnails for me. Bill's been doing them lately for me, but I didn't want him to think I was bugging him a lot, so I decided to tell the OP Jellison if he could do this thumbnail for me. But like I said, I will leave the OP Jellison's link and Bill's link down below. Make sure to go check them out. Super cool guys. Thank you both for doing my thumbnails for me. I appreciate it. And back into this matchup, we come into this matchup with a 2-4 record and a 0 differential. And surprisingly, we're still in third place in our division, which is not bad, but it's not good either, because there's two divisions, top 3 teams from each division make playoffs. So we're still currently in a playoff spot, but we got to start winning because we have 2 losses in a row, and Jacob's a great opponent. He's 5-1. So like I said, we got to pick up a W. And a quick rundown of my team. I got a M.Victinis over here. What is it? 4 attacks M.Victinis. He's a special set, but with U-turn for momentum, holding the white glasses. I got Thunderous at Expert Belt, a mix set with the T-Bolt, HP Ice, knockoff U-turn. Megaladios is a physical set with he's a setup set with DD and 3 attacks. Registeel especially defensive. With the leftovers, Crocodile's AV. Gligar is physically defensive with the Violite. And Jacob brings Garchomp, Bronzong, Swallow, Gigalith, Tesserina, and Infernape. And we're just going to lead off with Thunderous. Yes, he leads off with this bird over here. I'm going to switch out because I don't want to take a Boom Burst. I go on to Registeel. And he knew I didn't want to take a Boom Burst, so he goes for the U-turn. Into the Garchomp. Now I don't want to take a EQ, so now I'm going to switch out into Gligar. As he goes for SD. Now he's at +2. And I'm just going to click Toxic. As he goes for a Dragon Claw. Does 36% to me. Gligar eating up the hits. I go for a Toxic, putting this Garchomp on a timer. And here I'm going to click Ruse because I want my Gligar at a good amount of health. As he switches out into his Swallow again. And now I'm going to go into my Registeel because I could take Heat Waves and Boom Burst. And here goes for the Boom Burst. You see it only did 18% to me. I'm eating it up. I'm going to set up Rocks. Besides the Swallow, his team doesn't really mind Rocks. But chip damage is chip damage. And, I want to punish him every time he decides to switch out. So here I'm going to switch out into my Crocodile, get an Intimidate drop. And he pulls a double into Tesserina. I'm going to predict him to go for a Rapid Spin, so I'm going to stay in and go for a Knockoff. I go for the Knockoff, get rid of his leftovers. As he goes for a Rapid Spin. And here I'm just going to switch out into Captain V. As he goes for a Synthesis, I'm going to click Blue Flare and something's taking a hit. Most likely the Garchomp or the Gigalith are coming in. He goes into the Gigalith. I go for my Blue Flare. Does 24% to me. And I get hit by Sandstorm. Here I could go for a U-turn. But I don't want to show him that I'm not choiced in some fashion. I want to give him the false statement. I want him to think that I'm choiced in some fashion. Here I go into Crook as he goes for his Rocks. And if I'm not mistaken, I just click EQ. Tesserina eating up the hits. I do have Fire Fang, but it's not going to kill from this range, and I don't want to take a Drop Kick. So I'm going to go into M.Victinis as he goes for a U-turn. And most likely back into the Garchomp or the Gigalith. He goes on to the Gigalith. I'm going to click U-turn. Just get a little bit chip damage on this thing. And now I go into my Megaladios. I'm going to click DD on the incoming EQ. So that's so the Sandstorm's gone now, and here I'm going to click DD on his switch out to a Bronzong. And I'm going to click EQ, because I think this thing's going to be heat proof, to take hits better from M.Victinis. I go for EQ and he shows to be Levitate. I'm like, no. As he goes for a Gyro Ball, does a good amount to me. What was it, like 52%? I'm going to switch out here into my Registeel. As he goes for Toxic. And I'm immune to that, and here I'm just going to set up my Rocks again. And what do you go for here? EQ. It does 30% to me, respectable. I get leftover recoveries, and here I'm going to go into my Crocodile, get an Intimidate drop. And I think, what am I going to go for? A Fire Fang, if I'm not mistaken? No, I just go for, no, he goes for the EQ. He goes for a Protect on my, on my Fire Fang. And now, I'm going to show him that I'm not choiced in any fashion. And I'm going to go for EQ on the incoming Gigalith. So there goes the EQ, and the Gigalith is down. The first mod goes down at turn 21. So that was a good read on my part. Here he goes on to his ape. I don't want to take a fighting move. I'm going to my Megalodios and just sack this thing. As he goes for a U-turn. And just like that, the game's tied again, 5-5. Here he goes on to Tesserina. I'm going to Victini. And just click blue flare. I kind of wanted to go for a Glaciate, predicting the Garchomp to come in. But I just went with the safe play and went for blue flare. As he switched on to Garchomp. Blue flare hits, and I get a crit. And here, I should have let Victini. Here I switch out. I should have let Victini gone down there because he can't come in on another Stealth Rock entrance. He dies to coming in on rocks. So I should have let Victini gone down there. That way I get a free switch into Gligar. Here he goes for a Dragon Claw. And then I'm just going to click Roost. As he went for SD on that turn. And here, I'm just going to click SD again. Oh, sorry, I'm going to click Roost because he dies to the next Toxic turn. He goes for Outrage. That's a good amount to me. I go for Roost. I'm at 90% health. The Garchomp goes down there to Toxic. And now he goes on to his Bronzong. I'm just going to go for a U-turn. Get a little bit of chip damage on this thing. And here I go on to Crocodile. Get that Intimidate drop. As he goes for a Toxic, now he puts my Crook on a timer. And knowing that he's going to go for a Protect, that way the Toxic could start racking up on me, I'm going to go on to my Thundurus. As he goes for a Protect. So I got that prediction right. Here I'm going to go for I thought he was going to go for Protect there, so I didn't want to show that I had a knockoff. So I was going to click T-Bolt on his Protect. And then next turn I was going to go for a knockoff. But he switches on to Tesserina. Takes the T-Bolt. And then he gets paralyzed. And here I'm just going to go show my Hidden Power Ice. And knock out the Tesserina. And right here we're up 5-3. He goes on to this bird Swallow. And I'm just going to go into Registeel. Like I said, I could take hits from this Gligar, from this Swallow. He goes for a U-turn. As he goes on to Infernape. So these rocks that I put up, are getting chip damage on his Mons. And here I switch out into Victini, just sacking it. And now I go into Gligar, if I'm not mistaken. No, I go into Thundurus. I go into Thundurus as he goes for the U-turn, showing that he's scarfed. And I click T-Bolt, if I'm not mistaken. I click T-Bolt. And now I'm going to show him the knockoff. I go for a knockoff, does 48% to him, getting rid of his leftover recoveries, or getting rid of his leftovers. Here he goes for a Gyro Ball. I'm just going to click another knockoff, knocking out the Bronzong. And here he goes on to his ape. And I'm going to switch out my Thundurus. I know I can't come in on rocks, but I need to play by differential. Because I need to start working on my wins and my differential. So why not do both in this game? So here he goes for a U-turn. He went for the U-turn there, if I'm not mistaken. I switch out to my Registeel, take the Boomburst, and here I'm just going to click Seismic Toss. As he switches out into his ape, as I went for a Seismic Toss, I go for the Seismic Toss there on his Infernape. And here I'm going to go on to Gligar. On his Infernape's, what was it, Flare Blitz. And here I'm just going to let Gligar go down. It's going to be a double down here. He kills my Gligar. And he dies to Recoil. And now I'm going to Registeel. As he goes on to his bird, who takes Stealth Rock damage. And I could take a Heat Wave. He goes for a Heat Wave. Does 35% to me, and I'm going to knock him out with the Seismic Toss. And that is GG to my good buddy Jacob. And we break our little losing streak of 2 games. And the Minnesota Victinis pick up a nice 3-0 victory. And we are now sitting at a 3-4 record with a +3 differential. And from the looks of it, after this week, which is week 7, we'll remain in 3rd spot in our division. Because I believe the other 3 teams below us are 2-4, but they're at minus differential. I think they're like at what was it, like minus, one's at -3, one's at -4. I don't remember the other one, but I know he's at minus something. At least we're 3-4 with a +3. And we gotta start picking up these W's. And my TE Season 2 Week Number 1 matchup should be uploaded probably Sunday night. And like I said here, at least we picked up another W here. We needed it bad. And I think that's about it. And with that said, I will see you guys next time. Later.